Okay, and any magicians that might have a show of me, apparently. No, here it is. Hey, you know there's more than one quarter in circulation, not just around the United States, but around the world, right?
Yeah.
Right. So how do we know that this one is yours? We don't. You're right. We don't. So in order to make sure.
It was a state coin.
What state?
I forget.
Well, that's not a state coin.
Oh, no, that is a state coin.
That is not. That's a Duke. That's Duke Ellington next to a piano. Seriously, okay, someone verify, like Robbie. What the fuck, Phoenix? What is wrong with everybody? What is it, Rob? It is Duke Ellington next to. Oh, god damn it! It's a grand piano. So, like my point saying, how do we know? You don't even know what kind of goddamn quarter you even have, right? You know. But so in order to make sure that we know it's yours, what you're going to do is you're going to sign it, much like when a magician has you take a card. You're going to sign the quarter. I'm going to take the cap off for you so it's easier because you're frightening me now. What you're going to do is you're going to take the marker, the Sharpie marker on both sides, heads and tails. Tails is the Duke side, right?
Okay.
And you can write whatever you want. You can write your name, draw a picture, put your initials, whatever you want. Because, well, if you were up there, you would do it. Now, whatever you like. It can be the same thing on both sides. It can be two different things. I don't care. Just make it unique, special, identifiable, one of a kind, just like you. And when you're done, you let me know.
Okay.
They're both sides, Katie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Notice how I didn't even have to ask.
I love
you. All right, you good? All right, I'll take the marker.
I didn't screw it up.
No, you didn't screw it up. You're doing it right. What'd you put on there, Katie? Let me see.
It's an MK.
No, what?
MK.
MK.
Yeah.
And an M and a K. M for Mary, and K for Mary Cat. Right, okay, yeah. So, original. So, Katie's MK on that side in her handwriting. You folks that are especially up close can see and identify it. Katie's MK for Mary Catherine on that side in her handwriting. You guys can see it that are up close to help identify it. This is Katie abusing the broad and vague definition of what art is. Great. Good. Now, Katie, the reason where are you going? You know you keep stepping over. No, it's fine. I used to when I was 8 years old. My invisible friend left me for another little boy. Now, Katie, the reason I had you do this is right now, with your help, I'm about to make the coin disappear. It's going to reappear someplace impossible. And this is how we're going to know that it is, in fact, yours. See, things magic. That's how it works, right? Now, in order to make it disappear, though, I do need to put it somewhere. Somewhere. Relax. Put it somewhere where, when you were a little girl, when you guys were all little boys and girls, when I was a little kid, our parents always told us, never put money there because it's dirty. Not into my mouth, instead it's actually go inside my eye socket. And that's why you're up here, Katie. Because sometimes people think I have a fake eye, but I don't. So I need you to check out my eye. Make sure it is indeed a real eyeball. There's no hidden pockets, there's no little gadgets or nothing, right?
Real eye.
Do you want to dig around in there to make sure?
I mean, if you want me to.
I mean, it's up to you. And I don't care at this point. If you want to lick it, we already bought it. It's fine. We can get some NyQuil and some nutmeg and get rid of the Phoenix. It's real. Okay, good. All right. Now, Katie, have you ever worn contact lenses before?
Yes, actually.
You have? All right, good. That knows you as well have worn contact lenses, then perfect, because you'll be familiar with the procedure that I'm about to do. It's basically the same thing. That's it. Perfect. Using Katie's MK in my eye. Okay, you need to see it. That goes in. Just like a contact lens. You guys come close, you can see it actually go inside, just like a contact lens. MK, right? MK, you're MK. I'm going to show it a little bit further. Katie, I need you to take your right index finger and point it at me. Your right index finger. God damn it. Sorry. Your right index finger. You want my mom? Now, Katie, what you're going to do right now is you're going to take the tip of that finger and help shove that coin further into my face. And all stuff. Now, Katie, keep your finger rigid, right? You take the tip of that finger, you feel the coin. Now don't move, because here we go, right? Better not pout, better not cry, better not shout, going in dry. You feel it going into my eye. You feel your finger going in. Okay, Katie, here's the thing. You gotta keep it rigid. Don't start doing this, right? Yeah, no Danny Torrance, okay? Yeah.
Keep it stiff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a lesson, buddy. Don't put out. And yeah. 10-2. Yeah. In. Now, again, you're gonna shove your ass away into my eye, and you're gonna keep your finger rigid. Here we go. You feel it starting to go in. You feel it going a little bit. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you're keeping it. Yeah, not the whole. God damn it. Not the whole thing. We're not doing this. We're just putting the tip of the finger in. Not the whole thing. I know what it sounds like. I can hear it. I'm gonna shove it in the rest of the way. Keep your hand flat, because sometimes the pressure bumps it out. And if that happens, you need to catch it. I want to touch it. It's disgusting. Shove it the rest of the way. Okay. Just like I was saying a moment ago, going up here, just like the little high priestess. Make sure everything's doing what I say that you can see first and foremost before anybody else. That coin should be gone. Right? Look, no, not down there. No, not up there. No, disappear. Magic show. You guys can see it well. It's not down there. Not up there, right? That's not the hard part. The hard part is making it come back, reappear from someplace impossible.
You do?
Get your hand out, Katie. Yeah. Both hands out. Drop one. We'll go that way. Keep your hand flat like a table. Now, since flat like a table, we need to make it look nice. Receive you lying in Phoenix. This is the tablecloth. We're going to, sorry, clean side down. Yeah, clean side down. Put it down. It's the same on both sides. It's the jump. Now, to make the coin come back, we need a magic wand. Every magic show has a magic wand. I use a bit unconventional of a magic wand. This is the magic wand we're going to use. Because the weird thing, I shouldn't point anything, sorry. The weird thing about this is after the coin goes from near it, always reappears in the most unexpected place. So with a little wave of the wand and a small incision. You get to see before anybody else, sealed impenetrably, impossibly, beneath my skin. Katie, I want you to look as I make a small incision in my flesh. Do you see something coming out? What does it look like?
It's your quarter. It's my
Well,
quarter.
yeah.
Can we get it?
Nope. I mean, you're doing great, but you kind of frightened me. Now, I'm not sure any of you guys can see it. There, I'm going to draw a circle, almost like a bullseye. This is where you want to look. If you guys get lost, there's an arrow, there's another arrow, and there's a happy face, so magic spot. Now, I want you to look up close. You guys can see it up close. Actually protruding from my flesh is Katie's quarter. I'm going to take the blade of the knife and tap it. Listen. It's actually there. Katie, take your free left index finger.
Index finger.
Free left index. Found it.
Now we're working.
I want you right now to touch the coin. Make sure it's there. It's there, isn't it? It's actually in bed. Yeah, clean yourself up. But it's actually there, right? Actually there. Katie's quarter. Now, Katie, did anybody ask you to sign a quarter before the show?
You did.
Let's try that again. Did anybody ask you to sign a quarter before the show?
Oh, yeah. No.
Not this show. When you got here and you sat down, right? Did anybody come up and mention anything about coins? Let's just start there. No. And I'm assuming you've never signed a quarter with an M and a K on it, as you just did. Yes or no? Fuck it. Alright. You guys can see the quarter. I'm going to take it out the rest of the way. Katie, it might be a little smudge from the blood. I want you to look close. Yes or no? Is that your MK in your handwriting on that side? Is that your MK in your handwriting on that side? It is! As confirmed by Katie, that's a quarter! That's a quarter! That's disgusting! It's a quarter! That's Katie! Katie, I promise it's not an offensive prize. You keep your quarter back as a member of our time together. But Katie! Holy shit! Well, we made it. We made it. No. You see, I'm I've been doing magic a long time, actually, and I grew up loving to study and practice magic, read about it, things like that. I would always go to the library, take books out, check them out, magic books. I'd read them, read about all these very famous historical magicians in the past, and I always would imagine and sort of in my imagination find myself and live through that in my room all by myself, that someday, as I've gotten old enough, that I'd be able to perform and share my magic with people all over the world, just like you guys. And I am thankful that that's come to be, because when I was a kid, growing up, magic, believe it or not, was not necessarily seen as something very cool or popular to do. I know, but trust me, it wasn't. And so I always kept my magic a secret. I would always practice it by myself, all alone, and I didn't have fancy magic props. I didn't have a real stage. I didn't have a real audience or anything like that, so I'd always do this in my imagination. Every day after school, I'd go home and play with these magic tricks I made out of cardboard and duct tape based off of things I read in books in the library. I'd get off the bus and I'd run down the street to my house. I'd go inside my house, I'd close the door, I'd run upstairs to my room, I wouldn't even take my shoes off, my mom hated that, right? And I'd go inside my bedroom and I'd close and lock the door. I'd go up to the windows and I'd lower the blinds. I would turn my desk lamps and point them at me. In my imagination, I was on a stage, these were my spotlights. And for my audience, I would take my little army men, my little stuffies, and line them up. I would sneak into my sister's room and steal her dollies. Sometimes I steal other things. And then I line them up in front of me. And in my imagination, with my little silly cardboard magic tricks, I was doing a real show for a real audience. This was my crowd, my people, with the spotlights and everything. And I would just stand in front of these action figures and army men and stuffed animals and dollies, and I would, play with myself in front of them with my magic. Let me finish with my magic tricks. And I didn't have a lovely assistant, so I would use this sock to help when I would. Shut up. Like this. I didn't have a lovely assistant for my magic tricks, so this was my lovely assistant in my imagination. You're not buying this, are you? So I think instead I'd show you. I'm going to take you back in time to when I was a little kid in my bedroom with The Amazing Dan, Act 1, Magic Show, with the help of my lovely assistant, Pearl. Her hair fell off. Yeah, I know. So, okay, anyway, stop. Empty cup. Empty cup. This is stuff I was doing when I was a kid. Little empty cup, nothing. Pearl's gonna hold on to the cup. And I have my real magician magic wand. With a little wave of the wand and a tap. Suddenly, ooh. It gets better. Look, I have 2 handkerchiefs tied together. Blue and red. As Pearl holds the handkerchiefs and I pass them through my hand, Pearl, whatever, they turn yellow and green. Ooh, magic show. I was a little kid, I know, it sucks, I was a little kid. But as I kept reading about magic tricks and books and things like that, I thought I would step it up a notch and go to Act 2, Sawing a Woman in Half. Stand by for Jesus. things like that. And like also, like I was saying, earlier, that I do appreciate you guys coming out tonight and spending your time with us this evening. As a way of saying thank you, though, I do want to give you guys a little gift. Something as a way of saying thanks. This gift is something that I invented. It's actually instructions on how to play a little game. And you see, I invented this game. I tried to get Parker Brothers to pick it up and carry it in like Target, Walmart, that kind of thing. They didn't want to have anything to do with it for some reason. So instead, I decided to put it in my show, share it with audiences that come and see me as a way of saying thanks. And the best part about this game is that it uses things that you probably already have at home, so you don't have to go out and buy anything. Now, the best part about this game, too, is that not only do you not have to go and buy anything, is that you get to play with your family, your friends, things like that. And it doesn't matter if you have a big family, small family, lots of friends, or no friends. And this is where I'm going to teach it to you guys. And in order for that to happen, I do need one last time someone to come up on stage to help me teach this game to you, because this is one of those games you have to play by yourself. You do need at least one person to help you and to play with you. Now, throughout the show, I've just been pointing at people, right? I've just been pointing at people and saying, hey, you come up here, hey, you come up here. And you might be thinking, maybe this is set up. Maybe I've done something where I've talked to these people. Well, clearly not tonight, because it's been a train wreck. But, well, you might be thinking that. And again, if you've seen a magic show, you might be thinking, oh, these people are set up. It's set up ahead of time. They're part of the show. They're plants or stooges. That's not how it works. Well, I'm not saying that's not how it works in other magic shows. This is not how it works in this magic show. So to keep things honest and random, what I'm going to do right now is in a moment, I'm going to turn my back, toss an object out among you. Whoever catches the item at random, you are it. Now, because I am going to be tossing an item out amongst you, I know there's drinks, food, things on the tables, candles, that kind of thing. As this object comes flying through the air, please be aware of what's on your table. Please be aware and watch out for spilled drinks, spilled candle wax, things like that. And don't worry. Like I was saying, you've probably seen stuff like this before. Usually something ridiculous gets tossed out in the audience. Like a Nerf dart, a beach ball, a paper airplane, something ridiculous. But I want you to honestly and randomly want to catch this item. So that's why I'm going to toss something out among you that hopefully you will instinctively want to catch and prevent from hitting the ground. Something fragile. Imagine if you were at a pet store. And it'll shut up, let me finish! Imagine if you were at a pet store and you saw a bowl of goldfish about to fall off a shelf. Hopefully you would instinctively want to catch that item. Or imagine if you were at a museum and some ancient alien artifact, some Anunnaki thing was about to fall from a display. Hopefully you would instinctively want to catch that item, prevent it from hitting the ground. Something fragile. So that's why I thought to myself, what is more fragile than life itself?
Yes, the golden retriever puppy.
Which is why I brought with me a newborn baby.
Yes!
A newborn baby that's been sleeping soundly and quietly right back here, a cute little newborn.
Let that fucker fall on the floor.
We get a fresh one from the orphanage before every show. A cute little newborn baby you're going to want to catch and give huggles and other little kisses to. Everybody, this is Baby Stinky. So in a moment, I'm going to toss Baby Stinky out among you. Whoever catches Baby Stinky, you're it. But I know everybody wants to hold a baby. So please don't fight over the baby. Don't talk about him. He gets nervous. He freaks out. They go, let's not say it. He's all over you. It's disgusting. And you smell like dirty pee pants the rest of the show. It's gross. Dirty pee baby. Whatever. Don't worry. It's just a joke. It's not a real baby. It's not real baby pee. It's one of these squeeze balls I hide in my hand, and then backstage before the show, I fill it up with my pee. And suddenly we're at Carrot Top. Since this is a newborn baby, I do need a woman. Fixing it. I do need a woman, a motherly figure to catch my baby. So if you're a dude and you catch Baby Stinky, please pass him to the nearest female sitting next to you. If you are somebody that catches Baby Stinky and you are unable to come up on stage, that's totally fine. Please pass him to the nearest female sitting next to you. Let's have some fun with this. Imagine it as a giant game of hot potato, but with fetus, right? So, keep your heads up, watch your drinks, watch your tables, watch your kids, hide your wives. Here comes Baby Stinky. 1, 2, 3. Somebody catch Baby Stinky. What you got? Just got Baby Stinky. Pick him up. Come on, Nemo. Pick him up. Get the baby. Grab him. Massive good news, female sitting next to you. Hold the baby. Somebody grab the goddamn baby. Oh, Jesus. Somebody get the baby. No, just hold the baby. You got it. You got something that's not baby. Come on, let's go. Thank you very much. Perfect. Thank you for being so kind. And what was your name? No, I want the baby. Yes! That's fine. It's how we play. You don't know. What was it, sorry? Felicia. Thank you. And Felicia, do you like games?
Yes.
Perfect, because you're going to love this.
Yes, you are.
It's going to be a hum dinner of a good time. Felicia, you have a big family or a small family?
Big family.
Big family, excellent. Because also the best part about this game is it doesn't matter how many friends you have, how many people you have in your family, you can customize it to whoever you have over. Now,
She's a
Felicia,
loner.
gee, shut the fuck up, dude, already. You're not listening to the whole conversation. Now, Felicia, the first thing you need is a nice sturdy table, like this one right here. That I found that space. So, what I want you to do is make sure that it is a nice sturdy table. There's nothing written on the top of it. That's another thing. Sometimes people think that maybe there's things written, like instructions or secrets. There's not, right? It's just an ordinary table. Nothing weird about it, yeah?
Yep.
Perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to have you check out, just, you go in your garage or basement, you get a table, folding table, something like that. Again, things that you already have at home, perhaps. The next thing you need are a couple of these blocks of wood. I want you to check out these blocks of wood. Make sure they're ordinary blocks of wood. The only thing weird about them is you'll notice there's a hole drilled in the center. Like I said, things you probably already have at home. There's something you might have at home, and there's some kind of weird little pervert or something like that. But just check them out. Make sure they're good. I mean, if you have to cut some wood and make these, you can, right? Like if you don't have these, you got like a dude that can help you cut these and, a saw.